school day thinking, did we even do enough today? Or even worse, you're thinking, am I messing this up completely? What if I told you the problem isn't you? It's the beliefs that you've been handed over the years and through your own schooling. I'm Carrie Beck with Homeschool Coffee Break, where we help you stop the overwhelm so you can take a coffee break. Today, we're going to be talking about the three biggest lies that homeschool moms believe and how we can correct them. Because a lot of times, the stress and the overwhelm that we feel, we are putting on ourselves, and it all starts up here in our mind. So let's talk about this. First lie, number one, is I'm not doing enough. A lot of y'all are really worried. Am I doing enough? Am I doing the right activities? You feel behind, so then you add more and more and more, and you live right there, constantly second guessing yourself. And I really believe this belief comes from the public school mindset. You left a school system and yet you're bringing it with you and you're comparing yourself to the school system. Not everyone is. If you're not doing that, you're comparing yourself to someone, but you bring it with you, and that's not going to help you whatsoever. Thomas Edison was labeled difficult in school. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. His mom pulled him out and taught him at home differently. She did not do the same kinds of things they were doing in school because they were already starting down that conveyor belt back then. He actually became one of the greatest inventors in history. You see, he didn't need more and more school. He didn't need more and more activities. He needed a different kind of education, a better kind of education. That's what we're talking about when you come to Homeschool Coffee Break. How can we give our kids a better education? Here's something I want you to do. This should be something you could do today or tomorrow. Ask yourself about what your activities are. Is this helping my child think? Or is it just completing something? Checking off that checklist that someone else gave you. I am not opposed to a checklist as long as it's your checklist, not a curriculum, scope, and sequence, and you got to make sure you get everything done every single day. If your kids have bad attitudes, that's probably one reason. So stop checking off someone else's list. If it's just a completion, that means it's optional. It is not necessary or may not even be helpful. You want to take a step back and say, does this build character in my kids? Does it help them think? Does it help them learn? And if it doesn't, maybe get rid of all that busy work because they're not retaining much of it anyway. So you don't need more school, you just need a different kind of education and start looking at ways you can develop your kids into thinkers. So, lie number one, I'm not doing enough. Lie number two, my kids are falling behind. Behind who? Seriously, the public school system should not be your standard. The other homeschoolers should not be your standard. And don't get on social media and start comparing yourself. You have a standard. Your kids are all unique. Your family is unique. You need to look at what is best for your kids. I don't know, some of y'all have heard this story. Hunter, my youngest, did not do a formal math curriculum till sixth grade. I think he did a little bit in first grade, but it wasn't like a week or two. When he started in sixth grade, he caught up in a year and a half to grade level. He did not do math for 5 years. And he turned out okay. Guess what? We did send him to a private Christian school in high school. His first year in 10th grade, he won the math award. He wasn't falling behind. I was doing what was best for him. He needed to focus on language. He didn't like reading, and we were going to work on that. My daughter Gentry, we took off of math for a whole year around seventh grade. Her attitude was not good. She didn't like it at all, but no math for a year. Did she fall behind? No. She finished in time. In fact, she in college would help her friends do their math homework, would tutor them because she knew the tools. She still doesn't like math, but she had the tools to be able to move forward. So you're thinking, I'm not doing enough. I'm behind who? We don't compare. Abraham Lincoln actually had less than 1 year of formal schooling. You know, the President of the United States. He was self-educated through reading and discussion. He wasn't behind because they didn't really compare. He just had a different and more powerful path of education. What are you doing to truly educate your kids? They're not going to fall behind. You care enough to homeschool them. You know, when I think about Abraham Lincoln, it reminds me of the process that we teach our moms: read, write, discuss. And it's so simple. You don't even need a curriculum. You can use any book, any literature book, a book about music, a book about history, a book about science. You can even use a book about math. You read about it every day. You write in your journal or you do narration in a journal, and then you discuss it once a week. Super simple. In fact, I have a chart if you're interested. It'll be in the show notes. It's completely free, and you can download that and use that to help you get started with our read, write, discuss process. All right, line number 3. I need the perfect curriculum. I know a lot of you, this is coming out in April, you're getting ready for the next school year, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm not opposed to all curriculum, but just have a reason. If all it is checking off the boxes, that's not a very good reason to get it. And for many of you, you bought, you switched, and then you tried again, and you're just constantly in flux and not really sticking with anything. You see, curriculum doesn't educate. Curriculum doesn't create leaders or prepare kids for life. Thinking does. And that's what I would really challenge you. What are you doing to encourage your kids to think well? For us, one of our goals in homeschooling was to think biblically and to think critically. And so you don't need the perfect curriculum. You have the freedom to do whatever. So, 3 lies that we are believing. 1, I'm not doing enough. 2, my kids are falling behind. And 3, I need the perfect curriculum. I want you to do something this week. I want you to stop searching for new and use what you already have. But in the process, I want you to ask better questions or let your kids narrate back what it is. That encourages a thinking skill. There is a completely different and better way to homeschool that removes all 3 of those lies. So take a step back and start asking questions. And here's another secret: don't answer your own question. Give your kids time to think. So, I do have a course for you. It's a 3-day video course called How to Simplify Your Homeschool. It goes right along with this. We will have the URL in the show notes, howtohomeschoolmychild.com/simplify. Pretty simple. So go grab that and see if that will get you going as well. And if you've taken one thing away from this, would you share this with a friend, share it with another homeschool mom or dad, just to encourage them, to help them quit believing these lies. You can do it. You don't need a curriculum and you don't need a checklist. I know you can do it. You just need the right tools and the right process to go along with what you're already doing. I am Carrie Beck with Homeschool Coffee Break. We'll talk to you next time.